doing?
I'm gonna listen. What's that green thing?
Please don't. Please don't. The green thing is the focus box.
How's it a focus box? I'm focused
Hi, Luge.
on that door. I'm
Yeah?
focusing on
I bet you are.
focus. I mean, you're in focus.
Am I?
Yeah, you are in focus.
That's good.
How are you in focus?
Wow, Bud, because it focused on me.
Now what's it doing?
Still recording.
Should be
Right now I'm doing this, and then we're gonna go for a walk. Right? 'Cause we gotta check the mail. We gotta see if anyone's got Christmas stuff up yet. Right?
Oh,
We do, I know.
I bet you can climb this, Jacob.
Me?
No,
I bet I could.
why?
I'm taller than you right now. Not for long. You be careful, mister.
Why?
Well, it's kind of topsy-turvy sometimes.
How? How is it topsy-turvy?
Because it is tall with not a terribly wide base. That means it has a very high center of gravity. And the things with high centers of gravity are more topsy-turvy. That means they're more prone to tipping, especially if you're not extra careful.
Felix says bookies on him.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I'm not terribly concerned right now because the boogies will just keep making themselves.
How?
Well, because he's teething and he's got a runny, stuffy schnozzoli.
But who's going to pick us up?
No one's going to pick us up. We're going to go for a walk and we're going to walk around and we're going to come back.
How?
1 foot in front of the other, friend. 1 foot in front of the other.
Oh.
Uh-huh. A maze.
There's a blue name.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, Lushki, it's wet, huh?
How's it red?
Well, because they have like a little lip around the bottom. And so then the water collects inside the opening. And then the little lip prevents the water from getting off.
How does the water get off?
Well, it either has to evaporate.
If it has to evaporate, does it need to evaporate? If absorbs such he would turn into a bear.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
How does it absorb stuff?
He's absorbing, man. What can I say? He absorbs stuff. That's his superpower. Doing my best, but okay. I'm gonna scream. Felix. 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 Whoosh. Whoosh. Hey. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? Hello. So, we ended off with Vlogtober. The last episode would have been Halloween, trick-or-treating. You want more stars? Okay, here's two. That was Saturday. Now it's the following Tuesday. So, we did not record anything last week. Unless, of course, you just think of like, you know, what you do on your phone. Videos here, Snapchats there. Why, you might ask? Or even if you don't ask, I'm gonna tell you anyways. This one spent a week in the hospital, which meant this one spent a week in the hospital. I'm stretching. It was 5 days, but still, it was a long 5 days. We really just wanted to come home. As I'm sure I've mentioned on a previous vlog, and I probably don't have any video of it on Halloween weekend, like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I wasn't recording because I wasn't doing anything. This guy, who, if you've watched any of my videos, you know he doesn't sleep. I think everyone knows he doesn't sleep because I've complained so much about it. But from Friday till Tuesday, so a week ago today, he did more sleeping than he did awake time. And when he was awake, he wasn't really there. He was zoned out, not connecting, not playing, not whining, which was like pretty sweet, but like he just was a different kid. He wasn't there at all. And so Friday, the day before Halloween, so the 30th, Peter had off of work. You want more stars? I'm gonna fill up on stars. There you go. Peter was off, thankfully, and we all got up early, this one included. We were up at 6:30. Casper got his Halloween costume on, yeah? To wear to daycare. So Peter took him over at 7:30. So we had been awake an hour. Felix fell asleep on me on the couch. Not unusual, because I kind of could tell that he wasn't quite ready to be awake yet. So he slept for 6 hours. I don't think he's ever done a 6-hour stretch in his life. So he slept for 6 hours. Woke up, and I was like, 1:30. I'm like, okay, good. We're not going to completely ruin our day with naps. You're not going to become nocturnal. We'll be awake. We'll be in it to win it. 5-6 hours till bedtime. We got this. And Peter was home, so I was like, we got this. So I took him to the potty because he was dry. He didn't pee. Whatever. Put his diaper back on, stood him up, pulled up his little jammy pants, and Peter was sitting there with me, and he's head bobbing, like premium head bobs. And I looked at Peter and I was like, dude, you can't tell me this is normal. So we monitored, and once he stopped, about 15 minutes later of like on and off, like head bobbing and zoning out, he snuggled back in and went to sleep. And so he slept almost all of Friday, most of Saturday being Halloween, like trick-or-treating, even though COVID, right? We're not really trick-or-treating. So we took the boys out. Peter just carried Felix around, and like really, normally he would be like squirmy and babbling and trying to like get out of Peter's arms or my arms, whoever, but I was taking video and pictures and stuff. And he just sat there quietly, not moving, not really there. And I thought, okay, well maybe nice fresh air, it's making him happy. Maybe he's distracted by, you know, the comings and goings of trick-or-treaters and all the lights and like flashies, whatever. Sunday was not much better. And he was headbanging and spaced out a lot. So our decision was, I'm going to start calling the doctor's office on Monday as soon as they open. I think they don't start answering their phones until 10 in the morning. So 10 a.m. I was on the phone, even though Peter was also sending a fax from work. So by some miracle, 10:20 in the morning, I got through and I got an answer, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I got through to you guys. So I explained what was going on, and the receptionist was like, okay, I'm going to go talk to the doctor. I will call you back. So 40 minutes later, 11ish, she calls me back, and she was like, so it's not that we don't want to see you, but it's like I'm sure most people know, it's so hard to like get a referral to like a specialist. So you're always waiting because they're busy. So she was like, the safest thing to do and the fastest thing to do is to go straight to Children's Emergency Hospital, which is half an hour, 40 minutes away. It's where my husband normally works. Yeah, it's where you go for your blood work, right? Yeah. So I was like, well, crap. Kind of knew that's what was going to happen, and I would have taken him to our local emerge on the weekend, but I didn't want to because I didn't really think it was like an emergency, right? So we got there at noon. Like I scarfed down some food really quick, threw on some clothes because I was just in pajamas. Made sure I had snacks in the bag for him, 2 power bars for me, my water bottle, masks. Away we went, right? Away we went. So I get a hold of Peter, tell him we're going to emerge, and he's got to pick Casper up from daycare because like who knows when I'm getting let go. Kind of thought like maybe I'd be there all day, all evening, but I would be able to leave like that night. Nope. Neurology came in, pediatric neurology, and they were like, so we're going to admit you under medicine. We're going to follow you very closely just so that there'd be like a more well-rounded approach. That evening, we got a room up on like the pediatric medicine floor. And then Auntie Kendra, whom we've bubbled with, thankfully, she, bless her soul, brought me a cup of tea that night once Casper was sleeping, came to the house and just like snuggled with the cat and did some work so Peter could bring me an overnight bag. Tuesday, little guy gets hooked up for an EEG. So it's where they put like a bunch of like electrodes on your scalp with like putty like glue. It doesn't stick into your hair forever, like it washes out with water. And then they wrap it, and he wore it for 6 hours and he was still sleeping constantly. Just sleeping. They came up, they took it off. They were really happy with like the information they got. Tentative report, it still wasn't clear. Having these discharges in his brain waves, but there were some normal things and they weren't really like settled on anything. So then he needed to have an MRI, but they don't do sedated MRIs on Wednesdays. So Wednesday we did nothing. We hung out at the hospital. He slept. Thursday, he had to have a sedated MRI, so they had to put an IV in his arm. Stop eating at 9 in the morning. He actually got called down just after 1. They knocked him out. Scary, but not. Like, it's just like, I was holding it together really, really well up until that point. And then, like, you see him go, like, because the propofol's kicking in, and then it was just, like, waterworks. Thankfully, Peter was there with me. It took about 45 minutes, and immediately following that, he had a lumbar puncture to see if there was antibodies, which would indicate an autoimmune disorder, or they compared his blood sugar to his cerebrospinal fluid sugars to make sure that they were close enough that they wouldn't be considering an issue with the blood-brain barrier. They did come back normal, so that was great. And the Felix, thank you. The tentative MRI results we got that night. And the neuro said they would come back to speak to both of us in the morning with like, I guess a little bit more detail and a plan. After Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days of sleeping constantly and not really connecting, not playing, not babbling, not nothing. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the hospital. Thursday night post MRI, we finally had a diagnosis that this guy has a very wonky, not very wonky, but has like a wonky spot on his left frontal lobe, which probably happened at about 16 weeks gestation. Oh, honey. Through no fault of my own. Like, it's nothing we did, it's just, it is what it is. So they took additional blood work before we left on Friday, before we got discharged. They're sending for genetics to see if the cause of his brain malformation is genetic or if it's just a fluke. And they said like it would be like lightning striking twice if it was genetic because Casper's PKU is genetic. So the doctor called on Sunday, gave us more instructions should the meds not be working enough. We have a follow-up on Monday, so 6 days from now. He's also going to call us on Friday to see how we're doing. My gut feeling is that this medication we're on is not going to work and we're going to have to move up to something stronger. We're also waiting for genetics to get in touch with us and child and youth development to see how he is doing in terms of milestones, which I have no big concerns because, like, right, look at him, especially motor skills wise. And it's too early to tell anything else. He's only 14. He's not even 14 months old. When are you going to be 14 months old? Real soon. What's today? Oh, shoot! Yesterday! You were 14 months old yesterday! I'm sorry. It's been a bit of a rigmarole, huh? Anywho. So we're waiting on that. We're waiting on, I think, the neurosurgeon, just if she wants to talk to us, because there's the possibility that he might need surgery in the future, which, like, do it if I have to, but I'm avoiding it if at all cost. You might down? I'm afraid to let you down because you're bobbling. And sick kids in Toronto, because they apparently have an MRI with a stronger magnet, which will get better pictures, possibly a PET scan. The good thing is that it's static. It's not going to grow, it's not going to shrink. It will always take up the same percentage area of his brain. But, like, come on, man. Come on, can't we catch a break? You were doing so good. You might outgrow them, I don't know. You might not. At this point, I just want the meds to work. And for you to take a teething break, because, like, kid is getting so many teeth and he's so angry. You so angry? Yeah, you wouldn't know it. See previous piece of this video of the screaming and the fighting to try and get some sort of painkiller in there. Right? Right? You were happy on our stroll earlier. Where are you going? Where are you going? So that's where we're at. Monitoring, monitoring, monitoring. Hoping the meds work. If they don't work by Friday, then I will probably be investing in a helmet. Yesterday and today, so much screaming. You came back? Came back. Yeah, so that's why I didn't video anything last week. Just Snapchats and videos on my phone to send home and to send to Peter. And to keep track of, like, how he's doing. You go clean up your mess. And then come down. You can finish this episode and then we can go outside and play. We'll go up front and play.